What's up, Radio Shadetree Surgeon here in the backyard. We've got a lot of stuff happening today. We're taking out the gold wings. We've got dueling gold wings, the dung beetle, and the big red wing over there with Shaylisi piloting it, mother of frogs, queen of the Florida men, breaker of motorcycles. We've got CammieBayy over here on the Ducati, all right. It's still loud. It doesn't have the chrome pipes on it, but even more important than that, even more exciting, even more unprecedented, we have the return, the foretold return, the retelling of a story once whispered. He's back on the streets to save us. He's not the hero we asked for, but he's the hero we deserve. Protector 1000. You guys remember Golf Goth over there? Golf Goth? He's gone by many other names, including Protector 1000. We've been collaborating for as long as me and Cammie have been collaborating. A decade at this point. We did 8 Ball Coast to Coast and a bunch of other cool stuff together. And he's joined forces with CammieBayy over here in an unholy alliance. All I'm gonna say about this, man, if CammieBayy and Protector 1000 ever made a baby, that baby would have some petite feet, all right? Some people out there might say that my man Golf Goth over here and CammieBayy deserve each other. And you can say that in a nice way or a mean way. And I'm sure people are saying it in both ways. There she goes. We got just about everything out today. We got V4 VMAXs from Yamaha. We got Cammie's air-cooled V-twin, a flat 4 and a flat 6, dude. This is what motorcycles are all about, baby. Oh, man, it's good to have my old buddy Golf Goth out there. It's good to have him out, my man Rudolph. Make sure you're following him on Instagram. Some of you probably are. He does change his name a lot. He just kind of changes his Instagram to whatever strikes his fancy. I think he's had about 30 different names since I very first had him on the channel. So you could be following him under any different number of handles there. You know, when two people in your friend group start dating, it's always cause for concern because if it doesn't work out, it's kind of a bummer. But when it does work out, baby, that's a beautiful thing. Well, we got old Golf Goth back there on my erstwhile VMAX since he's currently bikeless, but something tells me he might be looking for a Ducati sometime soon. And I never miss a trip down Old Bayshore, the bouncing, buxom, and beautiful. Although, since we've officially hit our very first day of fall here in Florida and it's about 74 degrees out, the girls are wearing a little more than I would like. That's one thing I love about Florida, man. Being hot year-round, some people might bitch about it, but there's a couple things that happen. You get to ride your motorcycle every single day as long as you're okay with sweating. And the folks, whether you like it or not, don't wear a whole lot of clothes down here. Some people might say that spandex is a privilege, not a right, but I'll tell you this about old Shadetree Surgeon: when the bear's hungry, he eats. I could find something I like in just about every single red-blooded woman here in America. Every different color under the rainbow, every shape and size, tall, short, wide, and narrow. I like them all, man. Shadetree Surgeon, when it comes to women, I'm an equal opportunity disappointment. Whoa, dude. Whoa, take it easy. Oh, I guess all the girls are loud today. Makes sense. And even though we ride year-round here, we're technically just coming into our riding season right now. There's a reason we have the Forgotten Angels Brapstar campouts in October and March. That's our riding season. Every time you start it, it just sounds like it's not going to start. The starters on Ducati sound so weak and anemic and crappy, but that's just how it sounds, I promise you. And no difference in the way that starter sounded with 800 miles on the bike or 15,000 miles on the bike. Out of every bike I own, which is not surprising because the Ducati's the newest bike I've ever owned, the Ducati is literally the only motorcycle I have that has never failed to start. So even with that weak-ass sounding starter, I don't know, man. It's fine. Other than, like, one time it's the key's fault, though. One time I had problems with the Bluetooth because I was around too many other Bluetooth interferences, so now I have to, like, stick the key behind here. But now I know the trick to always start it when there's Bluetooth interference. But other than that, not once has this motorcycle failed to proceed. Hey, bud. Sorry I'm late, man.
You are not late. I am enough. I don't think I clocked. It is just existing.
I like that. Just existing. Teach me your ways. All right, you want to talk about a rig over here? My man Paco Pete with the Moscow luggage on his BMW. Let me tell you what, man. Absolutely an amazing adventure that we'll get into later. He's not kidding when you see the wheelchair sticker on his license plate there. So the fact that you've made a cross-country trip while also using Bunkabiker for a portion of it, as everyone goes like, oh my gosh, Josh, Shadetree, you do these crazy journeys, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, the people out there who aren't documenting their journeys are doing way crazier stuff than I am. And you do document some of it.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. You should do more though. Well, actually, you know what? Looking at your bike, you're already doing a lot. Actually, just keep on doing what you're doing. It's good.
There's so many people doing what I do. It's like, just another, pebble in the pond. So.
Not at all, dude. There's plenty of people out there who are, I wouldn't say suffering with disabilities, I would say overcoming disabilities, who could look at this and what you're doing and go like, that could be me. And guess what? It could be. Whatever you're going through is your own story to tell. I'm not going to tell it. Trust me, you can do it too. Oh yeah, do your thing, no rush. I know the struggle when you've got like your entire life on a motorcycle for a cross-country trip. It takes a second to hop on your bike. Make sure everything's tied down, put all your gear on, like I 100% get that. Yeah, I know the Mr. Bean to get on the bike too. So stoked I'm getting to hang out with Paco Pete for a little bit. Him and Grandma Rides, G-Ma Rides, doing cross-country trips to go to Forgotten Angels camp out. And Paco Pete's just stopping by for a little bit because he's getting his motorcycle serviced on account he's been on a cross-country trip at Ride Factory before he heads on down to the Keys, because coming from the coast, coming from Washington State that is, cross-country, when he said coast to coast, he means coast to coast, so he's not counting this coast. He wants to see mile marker 1 in Key West. Now that's commitment to a trip. I dig it. Here we go, just a couple of ADV daddies, me on the pasta rocket, the Ducati over here, the red ricotta rocket, the Ducati, the pasta rocket, big red dog dick. I'm gonna miss this motorcycle, but at least I'll still have an ADV bike. I got my Sportster, right? That's an adventure bike. Like we say though, any bike can be an adventure bike. All you gotta do is have an adventure on it. A more important thing to define would be, what's an adventure? For me, every time I swing my leg over something with 2 wheels, it's an adventure. No matter if I'm going to the store to get my morning Monstees or whether I'm going across the country. That's kind of why I do it all the time. This doesn't look like much of an adventure bike next to you with all this Moscow luggage. Looking like a pretender over here, man. This looks like the real deal. Yeah, this only sees the dirt when I park it in the grass. This is a sight a lot of you guys will be seeing as you come up to the campground. Just remember, these are our neighbors. So as you're going down Stearns Road on your way to Little Stearns Road, don't be jumping your adventure bikes off any speed bumps or doing wheelies off them, as tempting as it might be. And let's go ahead and keep the rev bombs down too. We want to be able to continue to have this event, and happy neighbors goes a long way to making it a lot easier. So mind the speed limit, keep the noise to a minimum, and just be respectful of our neighbors so we get to keep on having this party. And the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit on here, please respect it, man. There's kids and dogs playing here, okay? Be cool. I don't know what the hell a kilometer is, but that's why that says 30 and not 15, okay? And you'll know you're here when you see the sign. Welcome home. Oh, that was just a whole bunch of stuff that me and Shadetree did off camera. And if you're just seeing this video now, that's her new hair. I'll try not to spoil the reveal, but it is spooky season. So we just went around, we cleaned up this shop. And when I say cleaned up this shop, whoa, what was that?
Where's that fly from? Fell out of the sky.
I don't know. That's why it's dirty. It's not my fault. Things just be falling out of the void sometimes. Came from another place in time, another dimension, from another build, and it's been lost since then, and it just fell out of the space-time continuum at my feet. That's how everything either gets lost or gets messy. It's not actually my fault, more like the universe's fault. When I say it's clean, I mean it's like, you know, cleaner. It's Shadetree clean. Anyway, clean enough. Yeah, don't get frustrated. Clean enough to get the Green Goblin going, which is once again on the lift, which isn't that weird. Sportsters need maintenance. 22-year-old motorcycle.
The Sportster's back on the lift.
Yeah, but it's a 22-year-old bike. Sometimes they need maintenance. So I think it's a solenoid, bad connection on the starter, something like that. But we're going to lift it up and Shaylee's going to figure it out. And I'm going to help or hinder, depending on my mood. I never know what I'm going to do. Wild like that. I'm a wild card, baby. Like Puck.
I know. I woke up feeling real silly.
Feeling silly today? Yeah, me too. Well, the Sportster has gone from not starting. It was in a state of flux, much like Schrodinger's cat. Now it is, well, we'll call it fixed. Is the Sportster ever really fixed, though? I mean, some people who's better at working on bikes will say, yes, the Sportster can be fixed, but you're going to have to look at that on Shaylee's channel. Well, Shaylee's green Sportster is finished, although she's going to leave it on the lift so she can give all the chrome a good polish. And I figured even though right around the Dung Beetle and the Dushkati over there, the Pasta Rocket, it's time to spend some time on my green Sportster. So we're heading out to Burt's Barracuda, and we're officially at the time of year where I need to bring a flannel with me. The time of year where I'm still currently sweating right now, but I still might need a flannel after the sun goes down. I'm glad I caught you before I left. It's good to see you, kiddo. You look super cute in them shorts. You do. Hell yeah. Well, it is a Sportster, so there's only one thing you gotta do when you first jump on a Sportster, baby. And you know what that is? Get gas. It's a Sportster. We need to get gas. Whoa, whoa. Gotta get that juice, baby, and the Sportster, the Dirtster ODB. It just runs best on Stab and Grab's finest. We are gonna be dealing with some 5 o'clock traffic going over to Burt, so it's time to make some shortcuts, baby. Whoo, take it easy. Luckily, ODB, the sucker was made for shortcuts. See ya. Whoa, you can do it. Skinny pedal, let's go. You know, being stuck behind a school bus, this is impacting my shortcuts effectiveness, okay? Let's go. All right, let's step on the gas. Yeah, I would say my shortcuts are sometimes very effective, but usually like effective maybe like less than 50% of the time. It's the gamble that I like, baby, and that's the fun part. It ain't actually saving the time. Well, there ain't no getting around this one. I love how people pull up, they're like, I'm gonna be one car in front of you no matter what. Baby, I'll tell you, Tampa certainly ain't the first city that got too big for its britches, and its highway systems definitely couldn't handle it, but it's pretty bad. This ain't got no turn signals. I use hand signals when I think I should, and I will tell you, they're so much more effective than a turn signal because people just see you make like an actual motion with your body instead of just turning on your turn signal, which is, in Florida, those pretty much get ignored anyway. But when you use your hand, when you actually put your hand out, people tend to really let you in. I will say this, if there's any karma in this world, and I don't know if I believe it or not, but if it's out there, the past 30 or 40 years of Tampa City engineers are coming back into this world as cockroaches. And once the traffic clears up, all is forgiven. If you're a city engineer and you're watching this, I apologize for cursing you to come back as a cockroach, but don't feel too bad. Some of my best friends are cockroaches. You already can barely turn around in Florida without bumping into an asshole, yours truly included, but if the weather was this nice year round, dude, we'd be packed to the fucking gills, man. I'm excited about this event Burt has going on today. They've got Paul Sr. from OCC, if you guys didn't know. The OCC Roadhouse isn't just a restaurant. Paul's shop is actually here in Pinellas Park at Burt's Barracuda as well. So they've got the museum there, they've got the restaurant, and that's also where Paul Sr. is building his bike. So they're doing an event with him today, and he's basically doing this live. He's gonna watch episodes from the old OCC show, and they're gonna like basically give commentary and behind the scenes on it live. I assume they're also recording it, but I kind of want to go see it in person, you know what I mean? And however you feel about Paul Sr.'s bikes or him or anything like that, one of the things about the Orange County Shoppers show when it was on TV, man, that got so many people not just into motorcycles, but so many people into building
building their own motorcycles. I wish that there would be another one. I wish there'd be another show that just got people into riding bikes, because one more of us is one less of them. So anything that gets people into motorcycles, I don't care if it's OCC or Sons of Anarchy or Easy, I don't care what it is. It could be Akira. That's one of the reasons I got into bikes. It could be whatever that is. If it gets people on the back of a motorcycle, I like it. And of course, I grew up watching OCC on TV when I was a kid, so it's always a thrill to see Paul Sr. walking around there. And however angry he ever seemed on the show, I will tell you this, I've only met him twice in person. I've seen him around a lot, but I only actually met him twice. And every time I've met him, he's been an absolute prince, man. Just a great dude. Very kind, very nice. And I think even more important than that, being nice to me, who's just a dude who's just kind of shaking his hand, is I saw him when he met Jared Weems from Weem Motor Co. And he was just like, the way they talked about motorcycles together instantaneously, and Paul Sr. already knowing who Jared Weems was. Oh, sorry, Jared Weem. Him already knowing who he was. And then them going up there and him inviting Jared Weem to be an invited builder for his show, and Weem going like, I'm not going to do it, but I want my daughter to enter her chopper, and Paul Sr. going, hell yeah, I love that. So anyway, just overall, think whatever else you want, memes aside, everything else out the door. I will tell you, my own personal experiences with Paul Sr. is a really freaking nice guy. Dude, that Grom though, with the shovel on the back and the spikes, I bet whoever rides that's a weird motherfucker. I like it. Dude, my man over here, the crotch goblin. Definitely my kind of people.
This first one, this clip, we called it Hummer Jump.
I'm going to send out a blue first. I think my father, in his haste of trying to get his Hummer out of the snow, had probably neutral dropped it into reverse.
Who's got some questions about this? Anybody have questions? Because I've got some serious questions about this. What was going through your mind when you hit vertical? Also, I want to know, did you have your eyes open the whole time, or did you close your eyes?
Even if I did, I couldn't see.
The real question after that is, would you buy another Hummer?
100%.
Follow-up question for that is whoever bought that Hummer after you, did they watch that episode before they bought it?
Probably not.
What the fuck were you thinking?
Like, I'm an adrenaline junkie anyhow. But the best part is we got paid to do that.
How come we don't have a video of how you lost reverse?
That's a good question.
Is that all right? I didn't know what was going on. I thought we were going to knock it down with some sledgehammers.
You know, we've been working diligently on this, and I couldn't.
Where the hell were you when we were taking the walls off of this thing?
I know.
I was starting to sense a theme here for a second with, jumping the Hummer and then running the truck through the wall. Would you ever do it again?
100%.
Break the you start it over. Come on. You want to start over?
So what was going through your mind when he was throwing his little tantrum?
You know, at the time, when I look at it now, it was like I was really unreasonable. And the way that I handled it was evidently, in Jason's eyes, unreasonable. People that are artists that do their job well, especially and they get reprimanded for it or whatnot, they don't really like it. He's a pretty cool-headed guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when he hits that point, he loses his mind, which is pretty evident. But I do remember, like, after he did that, I didn't really get pissed off. I said, I better fucking relax here a little bit because he'll have to take my head off next.
That was pretty damn cool, man. Like a live director's commentary. Well, star's commentary at least, if not director. Well, there's always something cool going on at Birds, but I really like that one. I know they're going to do another one, so I'll have the links down below. You can check out all the events at OCC and at Birds on their website. They got an entire schedule, everything there. Like I said, if you live in the area and you're looking for something to do pretty much any day of the week, they always got something going on there. Might have been traffic on the way over here, but god damn, it's beautiful now. That's about as good as it gets, baby. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy it. I think I'll take the long way home.
2 days left. If you're the kind of person that waits till the very end to buy a raffle ticket, you got 2 days left. There's no thing saying that people who buy them at the last minute win, but you got 2 days left. 48 hours to buy a ticket for that motorcycle right there. The Ducati Multistrada 2014, 150 horsepower of Italy's finest. Once again, you could also choose the Dung Beetle if you want, but I don't know who it is. Some people are saying they would. We'll see what happens when I pull the winner's name, if they're one of the people that said they would choose the Dung Beetle, because this bike is essentially brand new. I mean, it's not brand new, it's a 2014, but it's got 15,000 miles on it. It's been garage kept for most of its life. It's never been off-road. When I make all those jokes about my Dirtster and I go, never ridden in the rain, never been off-road, never dropped, like, that's the Ducati. The Ducati has led a very pampered and primped life, and it's had its services done, and it's ready to make an amazing bike for somebody out there. But what's even more amazing about it is the good things that it's doing for charity. As most of you guys know, what we're doing here is we're trying to change the world. Yes, that's all. We're trying to change the world one person at a time. We're helping young men who've aged out of the foster care system, and young women too, single mothers, people who are experiencing homelessness. That's what we're trying to do. The homelessness crisis in America getting to be absolutely out of control. And if you live on the West Coast, you're experiencing it firsthand. You can see what the streets look like. And the solution, who has a solution? I think that David and Cindy have the right tact. They have the compassion. They know where to put the dollars. They know what they're doing. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. I'm not asking you to buy a $25 raffle ticket and give me the $25. I should not be in charge of that money. Dave and Cindy, they got a way better idea on how to use it. And what we're doing here is we're all taking a little bit and we're contributing to something that's going to change the world. It's something that we're doing together. And we've done it pretty much just through this YouTube channel and all of your YouTube channels out there, of all the people who have shared this as well and have talked about it. The Ducati is an incredibly luxurious item that I felt like I did not need. It's not necessary, so I was compelled to donate to the cause, and somebody out there is gonna get it for 25 bucks. I don't feel bad at all because it's going on to do amazing things. It's going on to help people. It's going on to give these young men the first chance that they've ever gotten. I know a lot of people out there didn't have the best childhood. I've talked to a lot of you guys at the camp out. I know you guys know what it was like. I know there's a lot of people watch who have been through the foster care system, who have been homeless. You guys know what it's like. And if you have 25 extra dollars to sacrifice, I'm gonna ask you to buy a ticket. You might get a motorcycle in return, but what I know you'll get, satisfaction of doing the right thing. And I want you to sacrifice it, because 25 bucks might not mean much to you, but I want you to take something out of your life when you spend that 25 bucks on a raffle ticket. I want you to take something out of your life, whether it's McDonald's, you're pulling into a McDonald's drive-thru, even it doesn't matter, you got the money, pull back out and don't get it, because you should know that you sacrificed that money and you should appreciate that you did it, because I feel like that makes it mean a lot more to you. And I don't want this to be a throwaway thing. You guys who watch this, you are on my side. We're doing this together. I know y'all are believers, so let it be something that affects your life. And if you don't have the money to spare, please don't. If all you have is an extra $25 and that's it, don't spend it on a raffle ticket. If you only have 25 extra dollars, do something more conservative with it. But if you got enough to donate a little more, if you have enough that you can look at people who have less than you, it can take a little bit away from yourself, help out the greater good, and help these people who are never even got their first chance, have been physically abused, sexually abused, mentally abused, just kicked down and never given the chance to succeed or be members of society, that just are on the path from birth, on the path to homelessness. They say something like 60% of the homeless population has been through the foster care system. We're attacking this at its source, and we're doing it together. When you walk through these tent cities and you see the videos, you look at this and you go, what could I possibly ever do to affect that? Well, I'm telling you, you can do something. Click that link down below, buy a raffle ticket for the Ducati Multistrada or the Dung Beetle if you're nasty. Follow up, go to ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org, learn more about what they're doing and how they're doing it. And if you can, come to the camp out and you can meet Dave and Cindy in person, and you'll get to hear about it yourself with your own ears and see what's happening and see where it's going and see how we're going to actively try to affect this problem. I never thought I could do anything to change the world. I'm sure most of you guys never thought you could do anything to change the world either. But I'm telling you, together, we can. Click that link down below and make sure you tune in Friday, because we'll be pulling the winner live. Until next time, y'all, be weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shadetree, army! Shadetree, army! Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shadetree, army! Shadetree. panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shadetree Army, Shadetree Army. Who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shadetree Army, Shadetree Army. They never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high.
Shadetree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.